Like Hollywood, radio and piracy, there is a clear, universally agreed golden age of the Volkswagen Golf. And it's this, the Mk7 made between 2013 and 2020. It is the perfect car for so many needs. Whether you need a simple electric car, a reliable hatchback, or a fun hot hatch, it is perfect. The Volkswagen Golf has sat on and off the top of the family car totem for the past 50+ years, and there's a reason why.
So, there are loads of Mk7 Golfs to choose from, and there's plenty to get through if you want to find the perfect one for you.
But the oldest examples are now nearly teenagers, and there are a few things you need to know if you're in the market for one. So join me as I guide you through everything you need to know about buying a Mk7 Golf. Am I right though? Let me know in the comments what your favourite Golf is. First, there are the body styles to choose from. This generation of Golf came as a 3- and 5-door hatchback, as a 5-door estate, and even a 2-door fabric convertible.
They're popular family cars and a lot will have lived their lives in urban areas, so check the exterior for scrapes, dents and dings.
All Golfs of this generation came as standard with alloy wheels, but that does mean if you're going to look at one, you have to check for curbing. On top of that, the units fitted to GTI and R models are known to buckle over time, so make sure the spokes are all aligned.
The headlights are acrylic and can go cloudy over time. A headlight restoration kit will clear them right up with an hour's worth of elbow grease.
There are some desirable optional extras to seek out beyond paint and wheels, such as parking sensors front and rear. They weren't standard fit, but they'll make tight manoeuvring so much easier, which should mean no curved alloys. There's also the optional panoramic sunroof, which will let in glorious sunshine on a nice summer's day, but if those drainage channels get blocked, it is known to leak, something to look out for. The interior is simply good. It's logically laid out, everything feels screwed together properly, and the fit and finish is like a class above. The seats are great too, no matter what style you end up with. They're all supportive and comfortable, and there's a nice selection of leather and fabric upholstery to choose from.
The infotainment system holds up well, with a nice mix of physical controls and a touchscreen that doesn't feel outdated. The graphics are a little tired, but the menu structure is simple and it's still quick to navigate. In fact, the larger 9.2-inch touchscreen that was optional from 2017 onwards has aged worse. Blame the loss of physical controls for that one.
Rear leg and headroom is great for a hatchback of this size, and there are 2 ISOFIX points in the back, perfect for child seats. Quality doesn't take a knockback here either, like it does in so many hatchbacks. There is nothing flimsy to be found at all.
Boot space is a respectable 380 litres, helped by rear seats that basically fold flat in a 60-40 split. A ski hatch also helps with practicality. When car shopping, check the passenger carpets for signs of damp. The door speaker is a known water ingress hotspot, so have a feel around. Thankfully, it's an easy repair if it has developed. The aircon is known to have its gremlins too. Max the air conditioning and make sure the air blown is cold. If not, there are a number of issues it could be, from simple refrigerant leaks to compressor issues.
And that jazzy cup holder lid, it's known to jam, so have a play with it. Otherwise, it's a case of looking for tears to the upholstery and scuffs to the trim. These are primarily family cars after all. It's when you lift the bonnet that the magic of this generation of Golf becomes apparent. There really is a powertrain to suit everybody. From the old diesels, Dieselgate, through to a range of peppy petrol engines, there's also the plug-in hybrid GTE and even the all-electric e-Golf.
If you're shopping for a petrol model, check for a rattling noise from the engine. It can be a sign of a stretched timing belt chain, which can destroy the engine in time. If you hear it, run for the hills. Likewise, if you do want a diesel, give the engine bay a good whiff. If you can smell diesel, it can be a sign the fuel filter valve is cracked. This is a relatively easy fix, so don't immediately make your excuses and leave.
Of all the powertrains available, we'd go for the 1.5 TSI Evo. It's peppy enough for the real world, it's proving reliable, and it's economical. There's clever cylinder deactivation tech in there to make things more efficient.
Or, being less sensible and more of an enthusiast, I'd say go for a GTI or an R. These use 2-litre turbocharged petrol engines for a lot more fun. As with any used car purchase, look closely at the service history. The Golf is reliable, but regular servicing is really important. At a minimum, check the engine oil. If the service book indicates it's recently been serviced, that oil should be looking fresh and golden.
I'm driving a GTI, a sportier version of the Volkswagen Golf, and this blends performance with everyday usability perfectly. You get a dollop more power than you would in a normal Golf, but the driving fundamentals are still just as good as in any variant of this generation. They are fantastic.
All but the most basic Golf Mk7s make use of a sophisticated independent rear suspension arrangement to reduce body roll, making it more agile and consequently a lot more fun to drive than rivals like the Vauxhall Astra or Hyundai i30.
All Golfs of this generation make use of a variable ratio steering system, which means the steering goes from really light when you're at low speeds or parking, and then gets progressively firmer as you go quicker. This makes the car really nice to drive. The steering is really good.
All Golfs also come with XDS, a feature once reserved for the GTI model. In essence, this electronic system reduces the amount of power being sent to a front wheel that's losing traction, and feeds in more to the outer wheel, increasing stability, which in turn inspires greater confidence.
All in, this makes this generation of Golf safe and secure to drive, but also playful and agile when you want to have a bit of fun. However, if you're on a test drive, there are a few things to look for to make sure you're getting the right car.
Listen out for thumping or clunking from the front suspension. This can point to tired wishbone bushes, suspension strut bearings, and anti-roll bar drop linkages. This will make the handling a little wayward, causing uneven tyre wear, and can be a hefty bill to put right. Every version of this Golf has an electronic handbrake, and it's well known to go sticky with age. Make sure it engages and disengages easily.
Transmission issues can pop up too. For manuals, it relates to the clutch. It's a simple check. Put the clutch in with your engine running and feel for any pulsations through your foot. If there's anything, it's a sign a new clutch or flywheel may be in order. DSGs, on the other hand, should be smooth. Any jerkiness means it's time for a gearbox service.
So, what are the Volkswagen Golf's key rivals? The obvious one is the Mark III Ford Focus, which handles better but doesn't offer the same reputation for reliability. The Vauxhall Astra is a fine alternative, but it's a little bit bland. Only the Skoda Octavia, a car that shares its underpinnings with the Golf, makes for a more rational, logical purchase. But compared to the Golf, it does lose some badge kudos. There's also the BMW 1 Series, Mercedes A-Class, and Audi A3 that can be had for a similar price used. These will be a touch posher, but servicing and parts costs will set you back more in the long run.
The cheapest Mk7 Volkswagen Golfs will set you back just £2,000, but expect loads of miles and a very careworn experience. A figure close to £8,000 will get you a tidy example, while £12,000 will unlock a facelift. GTI and R models will command more money, so be dubious of any really cheap examples. They'll have led hard lives.
As for running costs, they vary on the powertrain. The cheapest model to run will be the e-Golf, depending on how you charge it. The plug-in hybrid GTE will also be very frugal to run, again, depending on how you charge the batteries. If you've ever spotted a Golf Blue Motion diesel, they have a claimed fuel efficiency of 83.1 miles to the gallon, which is exceptional. However, they were discontinued in 2017, and you have to bear in mind they need heavy motorway usage to get near those numbers.
But our pick of the bunch, the 1.5 TSI Evo, should get an easy 40 miles to the gallon, closer to 50 if you can find a Blue Motion example. Tax varies by model, and the lowest polluting examples will cost just £20 a year to tax, jumping to £365 a year for a fire-spitting R model. Most models will attract the £195 annual tax bill for 2025 to 2026, and we have a full breakdown of every model on our website. So, should you buy one? The answer is yes. The Volkswagen Golf is an excellent car, and the Mk7 is the pinnacle generation.
There is simply so much to recommend about the Mk7 Golf. There's a power choice to suit all needs, there are loads of trim levels to choose between, and every model came with air conditioning, Bluetooth, 7 airbags, and a touchscreen. It's not hard to find a fancier model either, with such luxuries as leather seats, reversing cameras, and xenon lights. It's difficult to go wrong with this generation of Golf. If the service history is all in order, the trouble spots have been inspected, and it is in the spec you want, it's a very competent and safe used car purchase.
The worst thing you could accuse the Volkswagen Golf of is being a little staid. No bad thing, especially if you want an easy to live with, family-friendly hatchback. And if you need some extra thrill in your life, a GTI or an R model will deliver that in spades. But what do you think? Do you already own a Mk7 Golf? Let us know your ownership experience in the comment section below or by leaving a Parker's owner's review via the link in our description. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps more people see our content, and we've got plenty more on the way.